Welcome to the White Lounge podcast. And first off, we want to thank everybody that has been liking, subscribing, and also sharing our content from Facebook, YouTube, and all other social media platforms. And today we do have a special guest. First off, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Donna.
Hello, welcome back to the White Lounge Podcast. It's your girl Donna, and just like Jarrell said, today we have a special guest. Our special guest is Miss Patricia. Today she's going to explain the event that happened back in November of 2023. Miss Patricia, whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay. Hi, my name is Patricia. I have a 22-year-old son, and he graduated high school in 2021. He has never been in any trouble. On the late hours of November the 21st, going into November the 22nd, he went out with some people and thought he was going to a little Thanksgiving party, but when he got to the place where they were going, it was only no one showed up, so it was actually no party going on. And they tried to get my son to go in, but he told me that he stayed on the outside and said, we'll just wait till everybody else get here. So no one showed up after about 15 minutes. And after he was like, just take me back home, they didn't take him back home, and he was attacked by two men, and one of those men ended up dying.
Okay, and we were sorry to hear about that. We want to ask a few questions about it, if it's okay. Starting out, I know that you said your son never been in any kind of trouble and things like that. So has he been hanging around, was he hanging around certain crowds or, people that could maybe get him into any kind of trouble?
No, he wouldn't. He's had the same couple of friends that I know for the longest, and him or his friends don't get in trouble. They find jobs together. They go to work together.
Right. And also, I've spoken to you before about the incident, and I know that you were telling me that the guy that was killed was a police officer, investigator, or something like that.
A police technician. I think they said he collect the evidence at the crime scenes or whatever.
Right. And that was kind of crazy to me because usually, like, those type of things, like, you see on the news, like, nationwide. And
Yes,
I was very surprised to hear that they didn't even make the nationwide news.
I agree with that because it seems like they just played it locally. Um,
Right.
that was very strange.
So when did this officer arrive on the scene? Was he there already? Was he
This
like a
My son was in the car with this police technician.
Is this the? I remember you sending us pictures. Is that the one he met on Snapchat?
Yes.
Okay. And did he already know the police technician?
No, he actually thought he was talking to a girl. That same police technician used a fake page to lure my son, in which they um I can't say exactly how they told him that well, just ride with him because my son's car was in the shop at the time. And I don't know if they was like, my cousin will pick you up or whatever, but he thought he was talking to a girl. He thought this same girl was gonna be at where he was going to. But when
Yes.
they got there, it was no female showed up, only two homosexual men.
Right. And do things like that often happen in where you're from?
I didn't hear about these things happening until it happened to my son.
Also, and where are you from exactly again?
Selma, Alabama.
Okay. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and get into some more questions. But first, Donna, do you have any more questions?
No, I just want her to continue explaining the events that happened that night.
Okay.
Right.
I stopped at. He
So,
asked them to take him home, and um, they didn't take him home. They went in the direction of his home and passed by his home, and about not even a mile down the street is where they pulled over on the side of the highway. Not a busy highway for that time of morning, like 2 a.m. in the morning. It's not busy. So those he was in the car with two males, and not even a mile past his home is where they attacked him, and one of those men got shot.
okay. And also,
After
I'm sorry. You can finish, or
um after the man was shot, the police did arrive to the scene. My son was still on the scene. He didn't
try to
when
run it.
the police arrived on the scene, a couple of those police officers, Selma Police Department officers, they beat my son so severely that they had to call an ambulance to transport him to the hospital, which he was wheeled in the hospital in a wheelchair because he couldn't stand. Um, those same police officers that beat him threatened him at the hospital not to say this or that. I can't say specifically what, but he did say that they did threaten him.
When did you knew about the incident? Like, what time of the night was it when you found out?
The incident happened like between 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. and I didn't find out till about 5 a.m. that morning.
Was he still in the hospital or he has been arrested by then?
He was at the hospital, but he was also in custody.
Yes. And then also, I want to speak about something that we did talk about too as well. Um, the police technician that was shot and the one that lured him in on Snapchat a couple of weeks before, wasn't he suspended for an incident?
Yes, yes, it was a former police officer daughter that had tried to press charges on him, and that same police technician, he had got suspended for a couple days, but it wasn't any real punishment. And
Right.
that
So it's
person
gonna
that
seem
person
like
reached out to me after she heard what happened to my son. She reached out to me and kind of said what kind of individual he was and how she just had an incident with him where she had to file charges, but he was only suspended for a little while.
right. So he pretty much got a slap on the wrist.
Yes.
So it kind of seemed like the police there is like a ring that's going
Yes.
on
Yes.
on the side type of thing. I also want to ask too, with the gun that was used, who was the gun for?
Um, I can't really say because um this whole thing is um a cover up because for one they added robbery. My son was charged with robbery and murder, and no robbery had taken place. Um, if a robbery is going on and two people are there, then why wasn't the other person charged if they saying two people tried to rob him?
Right. And I don't get the robbery thing either because wouldn't he would have like ran and fled the scene afterwards if it was
Exactly.
robbery? Yeah. So
Exactly.
it's
You
just a
stayed, stayed on the scene, right?
Yes.
okay. And do you know anything about your son carrying guns or having guns on him?
Um, not not on a daily basis. I would say that not on a daily basis. If he felt like he was going to a different place, because we do have the open carry law here, so um, it wasn't wrong for him to have a gun, but
Right.
um, he's never been involved in any gun situations at all. He's never been arrested for any or in even in school. He's never
Right.
gotten in trouble.
Okay. So Donna, do you have any more questions?
Not at the moment. So after you got the call from the hospital, what happened next?
They let me talk to him for about 5 minutes. 2 minutes while when they first brought him out the hospital, they said I couldn't touch him or anything. Um, the only thing he did say to me, he said, "Ma, I got catfished. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And anything else he could have said, even though they made up everything anyway, anything he would have said extra, they probably would have used against him. But that's the only thing he did say.
Right. And how do you feel about what's going on right now as far as the investigation? Have they been doing their part or even like getting back with you and letting you know what's going on?
Um, he hasn't been to court. They gave him 2 court dates since he's been locked up, and neither time have they brought him to court. They haven't given me a reason why. I on the second court date, no, on the first court date, which was January the 22nd. Um, after they didn't bring him, I stayed in the courtroom till everybody was gone, and I asked the judge. I was like, "Well, why wasn't Cordel Tyus brought to court?" And he was like, "Well, he got a lot of cases before him. Well, you gave him this court date." I said, "Are you trying to give them their time to make up their evidence or whatever they doing?" He said, "No, but we still got to consider all the parties involved," which was crazy to say.
Right.
I said, but my son got a right to a speedy trial though. And he
Right.
can give me
It's his
any.
first time, especially by it being his first time being in trouble, like I feel like yeah, they most definitely have to get on that. What type of lawyer do he have? A lawyer that you got went paid for, or do he have a court appointed lawyer?
Right now, he still has the court appointed lawyer. Um, I'm just trying to save up to get him a better lawyer though.
Right. And I noticed. So when we talked before, you made a GoFundMe, right?
Yes.
And what happened with that? Do you still have a GoFundMe?
No, I don't. And I did it twice. Well, not actually me. My daughter did it twice, and somebody reported it or something, and we didn't try again or anything.
Yeah, so it just kind of seems like that he's sitting in there and nobody said nothing. And like I said before, like that's something I feel like should have really made the news and like everybody should be aware of because normally when a police officer or anybody that's
Yes.
in with the police, it usually comes out and make like it's really big, you know. So it's something that's going on, and especially by him being over evidence, you know, it makes you like think, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on with the evidence on that part.
It's like
And
they
then,
trying to hide something. Like they got something, but they want to hide it from you.
I agree.
right, because if he lured him from Snapchat, then they should have been able to subpoena the police technician's phone,
They
you know.
have all of that. They have if um by them being in the car together, um everybody had all of their property. So there was no robbery, and all the information that they need is in his phone. I don't know if they just prolong it so they can lose his phone, but um everything can still be found. And in Selma, Alabama, not a couple years ago, somebody was stole a lot of the evidence that was in police custody in the evidence room. I don't know if somebody got charged formally for it, but this same police department is known for losing evidence and keeping evidence and all of that.
Right. And we're glad that you came on and talked about it a little bit more with us. We know that you have been talking about it on social media and try to spread the awareness of what is going on and to get help with your son. And we also want to, you know, offer the floor for anybody that's out there that do want to come in and offer you help and offer your son help, is whether you're a lawyer or whatever you can do, any type of resources that you all can have. Just go ahead and email us at thewhiteloungepodcast@gmail.com. And also, what is your social media names?
Patricia Tyus.
Yes, and you can also message her as well if you guys have any help that you want to give towards this.
So yeah.
And um if you can just go and sign my petition that I have on my page.
Right. And can you explain the petition to us a little bit?
The petition is demanding an investigation into the Selma Police Department for corruption.
Okay. Yes, I most definitely will sign it, you know, because
Thank
I feel
you.
like it's a lot of um, police, you know, that are corrupt and not a lot of people know about it. They cover it up, you know, in different counties, you know, not just there, all over. And if we can at least like um put the nail in it and,
Yes.
you know,
And
spread the awareness about it, you know, hopefully it'll change other people's situations as well.
and the thing is with this is that people knew what this man was doing. The messages I sent to you are from different individuals saying that this wasn't his first time trying to rape somebody.
Right. I was just looking into the messages you had sent to us.
Yes.
I see a message here where they had a guy or someone tell you, I have talked with 3 guys and they all told me that be tried to attack and rape. They have the evidence on their phone. So do you feel like they trying to cover up, like they trying to cover up for this police officer?
I think that nobody wanted to stand up, but if it came down to them really getting hurt, that they had their evidence, but because it didn't get to the point that this happened, then they didn't feel like they had the strength or courage to speak up. And then by being men, they're not gonna wanna most
Right.
definitely. It's hard for women to come forth, so I can understand that. But from the messages I received, it's been 4 young men that inbox me. I have screenshot their messages and cropped their name out because I told them I would never tell anybody. I was just showing a pattern of behavior because it's been going on, but nobody wanted to say anything. Then nobody wanted to stand up to him because he could have been here today if somebody would have just not condoned his behavior. Because if you're doing things like this, some your friends know.
Right.
Right. And probably everybody else at the police department knows about it too. And he had
From
just
what
had
I
an
heard,
incident
from
before that, like you said, he had just had an incident before that and he was suspended. So it's like, what's really going on? They not doing enough digging and enough investigating, the situation.
um, it was a girl that after I did, I guess my second live, it was a girl that she don't live in Alabama anymore. She reached out to someone and got my number that knew me because she's from Selma, and she told me that when she was 14 she was raped by a police officer and that she never received justice. And I knew when she said the name of the police officer, I knew who it was. He did get arrested and charged with I don't know if it was that actually rape or just uh
Sexual assault or something like that.
yes.
Yeah, and
But
that's just so crazy
after
to me.
yeah, so
Or it's just
and
so
that
crazy.
was at least probably like 10 years ago. So and a teacher went to jail with along with this police officer. So it's been going on for a while, but I didn't think that it was still going on or it was this bad because we don't have our like the old police officers on the force. They're mostly like new officers. So I didn't expect this, but it was still known by several people because too many people inboxed me saying that this way he been doing this.
Yeah, that's just like I said, that's crazy to me because I feel like all of this going on, like everybody's supposed to be aware about it, you know, because especially, in other parts, like I'm in Texas right now. Me and Donna, we both in Texas, but there are other people, that's in Chicago, New York, all over the world that travels, and sometimes, we do want to come to Alabama, or people just passing through to visit and things like that.
Yeah,
So what
especially
happens
for
when we not aware? What happens when we not aware of what's going on with you all's county, and just so happen we get stopped out there? We all supposed to be aware of the situation that's going on when it comes down to the judicial system and things like that.
So also I wanted to talk about also in the messages you sent us two Snapchats. Are these the Snapchats that are I'm sorry, you sent one Snapchat. Is this the Snapchat that was involved in the event?
yes,
Is this the one that the officer used or the one that was lured in?
that was the Snapchat that the police technician used to lure him. Yes.
Girl, you have anything you want to answer? Mm-mm. You got us on mute.
I do. I don't.
No, Drill, she has us on mute. Huh? Okay, we can hear you now. What you were saying?
I just said I didn't have it on mute. I thought you were saying me.
No, it's her. She has us on mute. I don't know. So my next thing I wanted to go ask about, it say to hear them guys tell their stories or something else because there's plenty others. do you think they're afraid to come forward to helping your son? Like, or do you feel like there are cases involved with your sons?
Um, from what I've been told, some are afraid. Um, from what I've been told, there was a young man that during this time that was under the age of 18 that this man was allegedly messing with. Um, from what I was told, they did tell me where the young man stayed, but they didn't give me a name or the exact house. But they just was like, "Oh, it's a 17-year-old boy that was." But that's just what I've been told. But from what I've told, it all everything's on the same pattern.
You on mute, Drill?
I don't think anybody um will try to um tell their story or anything like that to that would help my son. I don't think anybody will come forth just because it's men and Selma is so small. Um, the people that did reach out to me, I think they just felt like I was trustworthy.
Right. And also, I had wanted to add to, do you think some people or some of the guys may not want to come forward and tell the true story because they don't want anybody to know that they're homosexual?
I know that people would think that they would be, possibly it's gonna be people that's gonna say good things and bad things, no matter what kind of situation you're in. So I think they realize that, so they don't want any kind of part of that in their life. Like, I don't think
Right.
they're
I,
not gonna want to deal with it, because if that was the case, somebody could have been said something which nobody did, and then by being who they are and from Selma being so small, people see that what he's what has happened with my son and how they're doing they're doing this cover up. They probably more relieved that they didn't try to say anything. Or
right. And I was just saying that too because I know in, a lot of situations, people use the Snapchat or Facebook or wherever they can try to get with somebody on, and they kind of like, cover it up to make it seem like something different, but then it's actually like an undercover thing. And a lot of
Mhm.
people don't want to tell the truth, whether they're homosexual, because I feel like if they do, a lot of things could get brought to the light in other areas, like as far
Mhm.
as evidence. Because where I'm from, we have a lot of that going on as well. Like, people don't want to come out or they're too scared from the backlash in things. But like you said, with the corrupt officer, or a county, and have all of that going on, I feel
Mhm.
like things like that really need to be brought to the light because it could even uncover a lot of other stuff like, debts. Because I know it's a lot of homosexuals that have been killed and they don't even put any time and effort into finding out who was it that murdered them. And I be feeling like it come from the county, and they don't
Mhm.
want to. They still haven't found the killers or something. They killing people, gay people, transgender people, and things like that, and they don't like they're nobodies and not even
Mhm.
trying to bring it to the light. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I had, Donna.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have as well. Um, so when his so do you think he's gonna have they're gonna give him like a next court date, or do you know anything else about the case? What's going on now?
Um, um, of officially they haven't set him another court date. So once I get another court date, then I could just try to go from there. But right now he doesn't have another court date yet.
Okay. Well, we do thank you for coming on the show with us and explaining to us everything that has happened, and also to our viewers as well. And I will hope that we all can get together and sign a petition. I know that I'm gonna go ahead and sign because I do feel like they do need to investigate the police station.
Most definitely. I feel like they do need to see what's going on and why is evidence being held and why are they not, going through his phone to get evidence, trying to cover up the police officer. So yeah, I will be signing as well.
Thank you.
Yes. And also, if we have any other resources for you as well as like I'm gonna try to do some research and some digging. Also, I know that you've been doing a lot. I know you told us that you spoken with the Black Panthers. Was it?
Yes, I did. And I've tried to reach back out to them because when I first did, I didn't know that this I was trying to get a lawyer for my son when I first did, and I got scammed
Wow.
by one of their. I found out later that they put him out the group for scamming.
Yeah, because how you scam your own people?
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
That's
Like,
great.
This.
yeah.
Yes. And I would love to come back and go more into detail on that after I give you the information and the proof. But I did try to reach out to them to get help from with the lawyer, and I got this number, and this man, he did tell me that he was a lawyer, and I did send him $1,900. And after I found out that I got scammed, I reached out to some other members of the Black Panther Party, and um one of the young men, he did reach out to that man and got some of my money back. But I have called him back and the man that I sent my money to, and now I'm not getting any answers from anybody.
Yeah, that shit's crazy because after all that trouble that you went through, I feel like they should be marching down the street right about now or something, because that's really doing too much. And that what he done, you know, that scam, it makes the whole organization look bad, and it doesn't make them look,
Yes,
trustworthy.
he was put out the group for that, but he's, from what I was told from the other member, that he started his own little group and he's still using their name. So that person also told me, I felt so bad after I got scammed. Then after I reached out to this other member, and he was so nice and helpful. He did get that man to send me some of my money back, but not all of it. He was supposed to be sending more as he got it or whatever, which you had it because I had sent it to you. Um, he started sending me here and there some money, and I don't know what I was gonna say. I got some of my money back, and I've since I haven't gotten the rest of it, I've been calling and inboxing different people, and I haven't gotten a response. I wasn't gonna, talk about it on social media because I just wanted my money back. I didn't want to put it out there, but now I don't have no choice because I see that you're ignoring me. You're giving me
Right.
every excuse not to send me my money.
Right. And that's not right at the end of the day because you already going through what you're going through and you need all of the help and the resources that you can get. I totally understand it. And I am sorry that you had to go through that.
I remember what I was gonna say now. I said I was feeling so bad that I trusted this man, but then when I talked to the other member, and he was like, he was put out the group for this, and I was like, well, why is he still? Ain't nobody just put a complete stop to this. And the man went on to tell me that he had just scammed another lady a month before for $3,200. So I was like, well, how is he still? If y'all knew that this was what he was doing, even though you put him out the group, you shouldn't have let him still prey on us.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's terrible. Like, that
Yeah, you
really
don't just kick him out the group and let him just he
keep
still got a
on.
page up with the Black Panthers Party logo
Yeah,
on it.
they should be the ones to like put him out there as far as he's a scam, as far as putting his name out there, putting his face out there, like, and you real strong because I'm not even gonna lie, I would literally like put his name out if it was
Yeah.
me and I would put his face out and everything because at the end of the day, like, and you really could sue them for that. I would really sue their ass for that because that's wrong. You shouldn't do people like that, and especially like because when things like that happen, especially with our community of people, Black Panthers are the first ones that we think about, to call.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To reach out to. We feel like they're supposed to be there to help us, not scam us. So that is most definitely crazy to me.
Yeah. The guy that helped me get some of my money back, he said that they never ask for money when they help people. And he did explain that to me, but I already had sent the money by then. But I was real glad that he did help me get some of my money back.
Right. At least he did try to help.
Yeah, he was a good Samaritan, so that was a good thing about it.
Right. Okay, so that's all that we have today. We want to thank Miss Patricia again for coming on the show and sharing her and her son's story with us. And you guys, please do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment to our channel.
And turn your post notifications on so you can know every time we drop.